So now I'd like to introduce Jana. Jana Drzkova is actually working with BPIFrance in Euroquity, that many of you will know is a really important platform for connecting investors with entrepreneurs. And Jana's working closely with us under the ESIL consortium. So Jana, I'm going to introduce you because we're now moving to a really interesting topic, which I know will be close to your heart as well. So over to you.
Thank you very much, Jenny. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like maybe to tell more why it's close to my heart, because I'm originally from Slovakia, and Slovakia was one of the countries that ESIL initiative will onboard as well business angels. And yeah, so I'm project manager at BPIFrance, French Public Investment Bank. Euroquity is, as Jenny said, cross-continental matchmaking platform to connect startups, investors, and business support organizations. And
we should now
maybe I would like
next slide. Yes.
Yes, I would like to ask for the slide to introduce our speakers.
Next slide, please.
Thank you very much. So in this third panel, that we will be focusing on local leaders in our selected countries, I would like to introduce you our speakers. Elena Nikolova, she is a board member of Bulgarian Angels Club. Mirna Marovic, she is a managing director of VentureXchange, president of a Croatian private equity and venture capital association, and of course business angel. Selena Stan, she is a partner at Women Invest in Tech Angels Club from Romania. And Elena Capon, she is a founder of Brava Angels from Romania. So I would maybe start directly with short introductions. So firstly, I would like to welcome Elena. Please, floor is yours.
Hello, it's very nice to be here today, this afternoon. I hope that you can hear me well. Great, super. Well, my name is Selena. I'm representing Bulgarian Angels Club. We are the leading angel community here in Bulgaria. We have 100 members currently, and we have invested in 41, to be precise, companies for the last 7 years. And the total amount of investment is around 3 million euro. And we are so happy to be part of ESIL project, because I think we really need your help in increasing the number of angel investors and also investing more in female-led startups. So I think this is enough for introduction.
Yeah, thank you very much. Next speaker, Mirna, please.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and it's really a huge pleasure to be here. So I'm here for first and foremost in my capacity as being a business angel. I started investing back in 2018. I have a portfolio of about a dozen companies that are not solely based in Croatia. I would say probably about 40 to 50% of them have roots or origins from Croatia. The rest actually come from other European or countries or are US based. I have extensive experience of working in financial sector industry, including past 17 years in venture capital. And I am a founder and president of Croatian Private Equity and Venture Capital Association, which now grew to a very sizable organization that has members that are local but also regional, and that manage 3.2 billion euros under assets under management. Unfortunately, we don't have operationally working business angel association in Croatia. It's more informal networks. I am, however, member of Slovenian Business Angel Association, as well as of one association that is based in New York, but with objective to invest in startups that originate from Southeast Europe and that want to scale up in the US.
Okay, thank you very much. Very interesting information already from the beginning. Now, please, Selena.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jenny, for the invitation. Happy to be here. I come with a background of M&A. I've worked for 15 years as a lawyer on M&A transactions, and since 2017, I've also started to advise VCs and high net worth individuals in doing venture capital investments. I've joined in 2022 Women Invest in Tech Angels Club, which was truly a big personal decision for me. I joined as an investor, and I later on became one of the partners of the firm. The Angel Club is an all-female angel club. We have currently more than 70 members of Romanian origin, but spread around 10 countries. So like Mary McKenna was mentioning earlier, we also try to leverage the diaspora as much as possible. So far, over the last 15 months, we've done 11 investments. So we are pretty happy with the outcome for such an early stage. We are a startup ourselves, and we look forward to seeing how we can encourage more women to come into this field.
Thank you very much, Selena. And the last but not least, Ilinka. You are muted.
Yes, sorry. Hi, everybody. Thanks for inviting me. Happy to see friends or women that we've spoken before about angel investing and gender diversity. My name is Ilinka Paun. I'm an architect by profession, and I worked as a corporate leader for 18 years. I started then in education, and I co-founded a university for business and management with entrepreneurship degree in partnership with Netherlands. And I met great young people that started business, supporting them financially as an angel investor and advisor. And I've been doing this since 2018, focusing on education, but also gathering money from groups of angels, and started Brava as a business 2 years ago. It's like a boutique of services for angels, but also running the educational programs for female founders. And we have a portfolio in the range of 14, I think, startups. Tickets vary between maybe 20 to 250 in the good old days, 2021, 2022. And I think it's about 1 million that we raised so far for female founders. We are female angels because I want to open the gate of capital to both genders, but I'm interested in having at least one female founder or leader in the startup cap table of founders.
Okay, thank you very much
for having me today.
Thank you, Ilinka. Super interesting information already from beginning. Maybe I would like to start the questions about the regional context, about the current situation in your region, in your country, with women as angel investors, but as well as women as female founders, and what are the current trends and the opportunities for female founders in these countries, and as well from the perspective of business angels and investors, what are the opportunities for qualified deal flow? So maybe I would give firstly a word to Elena.
Yes, well, it's a huge topic, so I will just put some thoughts, and I think that we've already covered a lot of challenges that women, female angels face, and also in terms of what is the situation in our countries. So Bulgaria and the Bulgarian startup ecosystem really quite developed after we joined the EU back in 2007 with our first venture funds, who kind of managed to boost the innovation and startup ecosystem in Bulgaria. And still, angel investing, I think it's quite a new topic for most Bulgarian here in Bulgaria, especially for women. And I don't want to repeat some taboos, but I think in terms of barriers and why we don't have a lot of women as angel investors. Currently, the number of female investors in our club is around 10%, and I think this is the average percentage all around Europe, and we try to increase it. But some of the barriers that women face here, I would say first is access to information, and that's why I think all of us would agree that education is needed, and that's why we are very happy to participate in this project. So I mean, more women need to know what kind of options there are for them to invest their capital, because I see that a lot of women want to help startups, and a lot of women are involved in and a lot of mentorship programs, but still there is a gap between being a mentor and being an investor. And personally, what I can share is that when I reach out to women in LinkedIn to become angel investors, none of them actually answer my email email or a message, whereas men, even if they don't want to become angel investors right now, they still reply to me. They tell me, I know what angel investing is, and currently I'm not interested. And this is something that really bothers me. And we are working towards increasing the number of female investors, but it's really slow. And I think that another topic which is very important, and I think we all will agree, is that we lack role models, especially in Bulgaria. So we have one unicorn and not that many successful female entrepreneurs. So when we show the example of successful entrepreneur and then successful investor, on the other side, they're all men. So we know that it is interconnected, increasing the number of female startups, and then these startups might be successful. They might themselves turn into angel investors, the founders, I mean, but also making angel investing sexy, you know. And now it's very, very hard for us to promote, become an angel investor if we don't have a lot of success stories and successful female role models. So this is something that we really look and try to work, and of course encourage more angel investors to invest in female-led startups. In our portfolio, I just want to give some numbers and statistics so that it's not just random thoughts. We have invested in only 10% of our portfolio companies are women-led, or female participating as a co-founder. So it's something that we need to work work towards improving that number. I want to say that in Bulgaria we have actually good basis in terms of increasing the number of female investors, because when it comes to women in tech, and probably Linka also knows, Bulgaria is quite at high ranks in terms of number of female women on higher positions in corporates or in tech world in general. So we just need to make this switch from being successful in your corporate job, or even in as as an influencer or opinion leader, to really start investing in startups and being out there and talking about that and being proud of being an angel investor, and really put some money into the help that you're already doing, because we have such good examples here in Bulgaria. And how to increase the deal flow, I forgot to mention in my first message, but I'm representing an NGO with 450 female founders group. This is a group in Facebook, and we are starting now to do some projects and events, and we need to increase that number. I think that we need to increase the number of female startups so that the quality is better, not just the quantity, and support with different programs and trainings these women, female founders to be more successful and scale outside Bulgaria as well. Yes, sorry, these are just some of my random thoughts, and yes,
thank you.
Looking forward to more discussion.
Thank you very much, Mirna. Now I would like maybe to connect and follow your introduction, that you said that in Croatia there is not really formal established business angel network. What is the situation with women's with women as angel investors and as well as female founders?
So actually, I think that in terms of female founders, Croatia, we don't have precise statistics, but it seems that the mixed teams are more common than elsewhere in Europe. If I'm not mistaken, the statistics for the mixed teams that managed to get funded in Europe, whether we are talking about capital raised or absolute numbers, is 16 and 19% respectively. And so Croatia is definitely not far from that average, or it's slightly above. Unfortunately, what Croatia is lacking is the female role models who really made it, because our iconic business angels are serial entrepreneurs who started maybe 2 decades ago and already now have done 7, 8, or 9 successful exits, which are including the last ones that are measured in hundreds of millions of euros, if not unicorns. So, and all of those role models unfortunately tend to be male. And for that reason, we don't have too many former entrepreneurs that are get ready to the female angel role. Mostly where there are certain female angels that are somehow connected to venture capital industry professionally, either working as advisors or being a part of venture capital industry at some stage of their lives. And there are really a few. So comparatively, to put it in a short, we have quite a solid female founder base, at least in early stage startups, very little female role models from the founders or entrepreneurs, and comparatively very little female angels.
Thank you very much. Now I would ask a common question for Elena and for Selena. Both of you are running a female group or female business angels network. What was your motivation at the beginning when you have created it, and as well, what are the benefits on the number of investment for female founders that is impacted the focus on more male-led groups taking in a gender-focused approach, or your co-investing? So, okay, maybe Selena.
I don't know if the answer is joint, but yeah, we'll try one by one.
Okay.
So yeah, I think the motivation came from a very personal side. For the original founders of Wheat Angels are Andreea Saia and Ruxandra Muistoian. Both of them are Romanian expats. One is based in Paris, the other one is based in Silicon Valley. Myself, I became partner later on, but I found that we share the same value and the same motivation. The point is that there are way too few women in angel investment, and we've heard Kinga say the same thing, that all of the statistics show this, and we don't have women in GPs, we don't have enough women in mixed teams even, so we still see a lot of funding going to all male founding team. So the lack of females is actually what affected us each from in our various environments. For me, I experienced it initially working as a consultant on venture capital deals in Switzerland, where surprisingly it's not in any way, I would say, better than in Eastern Europe. So Western Europe, I think it's also facing a delay in accepting or inviting women. I don't know, it's not maybe an issue of acceptance, but rather creating an environment where women feel at home when it comes to angel investments. So the motivation clearly is in the sense that we need to be to not to be, let's say, the only woman in the room in so many deals, unfortunately. And when it comes to, I think the second part related to
numbers of investments.
Oh, right. So basically on our side, we are very happy, not just about the number of investments and the figures that we can show off after just 15 months. We've done 11 investments. in companies that are based in 5 countries, actually, because we don't invest just in Romania. 3 of the portfolio investments are based in Romania, but the rest are based in France, Israel, US, UK. We've invested in these 15 months about 750,000 euros. So an average of ticket size would be between 50K and 100K. However, the most important statistic that I like to showcase is the fact that we have a lot of first-time angel investors. So that means that we are doing something right, because this is a community where women come, they never invested a ticket, not even on crowdfunding or any other platform. They come here, they learn about investments, they then learn firsthand how to do an investment. We heard also on the previous panel how important it is to learn investing, learning by doing, right? You do an investment and that's when you learn the more. And I would say more than 50% of the women who invested in these 11 companies are first-time investors. So we are actually we are part of the network that's creating women angel investors in CEE.
Thank you very much. Fantastic news. Ilinka, what is your experience with how to set up the investment or business angels network focus on female founders?
For me, it all started while I was a coach and a professor for business in this university, and I met some very cool, very interesting men doing investments and gambling, like they like to say, in the startup world. I was invited initially as an angel and also invited to lead the round because I was the woman doing the processes and the coordination, and because they saw me that I liked the lead part of to run the process for the syndication. It was easy for me to do that on behalf of several groups of investors who were only men. And once I saw what it means to be an investor and what it means to be a lead or coordinate the round, then I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it because most of the conversations with founders were about their fears, their obstacles, how to deal with these investors, investor relationships, and so forth. And when I met 2 young ladies, they were also students of mine, and they said, we want to, finance this startup. I said, oh, it would be great for me to take the lead role and invite others, and I can really help these ladies get over their anxiety in the face of very early stage. They were really before pre-revenue, basically. So it was a lot of fear and very young. So that's when my heart started pumping, like, oh, this is a movement that needs leadership, which means some kind of a, more white hair woman that can take the risk and position a group of money as, gathering money for female founders, even if it sounds a bit activist. And the emerging countries can judge this from an activism point, and they can look at it as are you doing this for charity or for investment? And I have been witnessing this kind of questions at the beginning, but with the right answers and with the right positioning, they quickly realized it was not a form of support like an NGO, but more a pragmatic way to look at returns. And I think that statistics lately help women founders to take the lead on the stage because they produce more returns, and we are currently seeing more and more data regarding performance of the female founders. And I also realized that I really enjoy doing this kind of work and meet female founders that I can personally help and get resources around them. This is how it started for me. Now I took on board 10 women that had 25 experience in business. I asked them, would you like to join as a board? And would you like to first invest your own money? Secondly, bring angels. Thirdly, be advisors for these startups. And they said yes. and this is how it started 2 years ago. And when it comes to portfolio, I think I gave most of the data that you asked, and it's a movement, and I think we are riding a good wave here, all of us, and we should be grateful that we're in this position.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Elena, when you were talking previously about the number or percentage of the investors in your business angel network, and as well percentage of female funders, it was both numbers was were 10%. So I wanted to ask if you have any approach, like, or any strategy, how to recruit more women as business angels, or how to, to target more female funders.
Yes, participate in projects like ESIL. This is our strategy. Well, actually, what I've seen is that we like to grow organically, so we cannot make someone invest. And in terms of our capacity, we really take it slow and step by step. And what we see that works, it's really recommendations and referrals. And we see that when people are feeling great at a specific place or a community, they want to bring friends. So actually, some of our most active female investors are friends of other members of the group, male or female. But to be honest, more female most of the females recruit female angel investors. So really, one of my strategy when you asked me about when I was preparing for this panel was to really encourage other male members of the club to invite female members to join us. And this is something that I really plan to try as a strategy, and also promote more and make a marketing campaign on showcasing the female angel investors who are active in our community, who are not that many, as you might see. But also this is something that we want to do. And in terms of education and trainings and academies, what we've seen is that women will generally join a group when they know that it is a safe place for them to share information or discuss deals. So we would like to have such kind of trainings that are specifically targeted towards women, and we invite them to learn about angel investing without pressuring them to invest, and of course then learning by doing, trying to make them active, and then become more seasoned angel investors with time. So these are some of the ideas that I have. They're not very original, to be honest. I really would like to learn about a hack or something that we can do. So if other ladies have an idea, please share.
Yes, definitely. Mirna, your case is a bit special because you are a business angel, but you are as well in venture capital funds. So in this case, I would like to ask you about your experience and your feeling about if there is enough women in a strong investment decision-making position or general partner roles in Croatia or widely in Central and Eastern European countries. That is the position of women and how to attract as well more women in the venture capitals.
Yes, unfortunately, the statistics are horrible, and it is no strange that if you look at the female-only founded teams, there are sort of between 1% and 2% globally, as well as in Europe. And at the partner position, the percentages of female who are partners at the fund, which we're really looking as the decision making, we are equally looking at the male-dominated world with 1% to 2% females. So basically in Croatia, and in terms of members of the association, we have one lady that is the board member, as well as a business angel herself, part of this ESIL initiative as a local leader. Renata Brkic, she is the only partner at the venture capital fund that is also doing impact investment. And maybe it's worth mentioning here a very much related project that Renata put together also supported by some of the European funds to try to increase the impact investing business angel community. And it was a project spearheaded by female leaders, including herself, and it did a huge it was hugely successful in trying to engage and recruit interested females to be more active as business angels.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to move a bit with discussion, because I think we have only 10 minutes. I wanted as well to ask you about the situation and cooperation with different levels at the governmental, national, regional, but as well at the European level. Do you have any support at these levels in terms of specific measures or as for the investment in the countries, or even the support as a networks that you are leading in your countries? So I would start with Selena, with you.
I'm not going to be very positive, unfortunately, on this topic. We currently in Romania, we have a few programs which are aimed at female entrepreneurs. So female founders could fall under this umbrella. However, the amounts, I believe, are not more than 50,000 euros. Which can be good for start to finance an idea. However, I think that the process, from what I understood, is relatively burdensome, which means that it's not very easy to get going with the funding. We see more and more women founders struggling to access various sources of financing, because also, unfortunately, the angel network community is not extremely open to first-time founders, and if they are female, they found them somehow even more conservative. And I think that education probably is one of the first things in which female founders should invest, and in which governments and institutions in general should invest. And when it comes to education, it means first of all, how to prepare a business plan, how to be able to see yourself going for the next 3 to 5 years. These are basic things which I've seen people learn students learn in the university in Switzerland, for example. Whereas in Romania, even sometimes if you finish a business university, you come out with just some theoretical plans, or you've never really experienced what it means to run a business and to actually build a business plan. We don't see from the government also a lot of support in terms of communication, unfortunately, on this topic. We try more on the private sector, and I'm going to just to close with this. We really try to keep in contact with all of the other angel networks and also with the VCs on the Romanian market, so that together we can make an impact, and also having a joint voice, hopefully we can also lobby and get some results from the public authorities. I believe that if those are such measures are implemented in general, when it comes to support for innovation, for example, they will definitely also benefit female founders.
Thank you very much. Ilinka, as you are focusing mainly on education as one of the part of Brava Angels, do you have established cooperation with the national innovation agencies or national development banks in Romania or in other countries?
I'm not a big fan of working with institutions, and I avoided it all my business life. Nevertheless, I see the importance of European support, and that's one of the reasons I'm here, and that's one of the reasons that cooperation is very key for the impact in the growth of the ecosystem. I have been delighted by EBRD projects that offer consultancy for founders, female or male, and this consultancy can actually be used, or this money can be used in various forms. And our program, which is called Investment Readiness, was in a couple of times discussed as a how should I say, as a application to get this European money for female founders. We are now launching under the brand Brava, an incubator. It's called Incubator de Încredere. It's hard to translate, but it means building trust or deep trust. And I'm not although I come from a business university, or I'm coach and professor there, I believe that what female needs most is not a business plan. I believe what they need most is a deep confidence and risk taking, and to overcome easier the fear of failure. And I think these elements are more solved not by the typical incubator with the clear path to build a pitch deck, but through coaching or systemic work or deeper interventions. And this is my focus now: is how can I go deeper in the layer where education can make a transformation, not just add another book to read or another presentation to be part of. Do I get support from the institutions on this topic? Not yet, because it's complex even to build it, not to mention finance it. But this is my focus now, and I'm very happy to be part of this European or international groups, so we can share these best practices of what kind of tools can make female founders or female investors be more brave and risk.
Yeah, thank you very much. My last question for all four of you, maybe we can start with you, Ilinka, because you already opened this question. How ESIL project and how the work of archangels can support your needs on the ground, but as well how to cooperate with local leaders in the country, what could help make an impact in current situation?
I think running communities of angels, even VC funds, I don't have experience with that, is pretty much a very bootstrapping kind of activity. We don't have huge teams behind. We're not 100 people doing that. And I know all of you on this call are kind of doing everything in this community that you run. So it's not an easy job. So having a SEAL program, I think it can bring a bit more resources, would make angel investing more accessible as a topic, normalized, that is not just an elite program or type of activity or type of risk, just make it much more accessible. And I think as every emerging country does, I think we look up to you. I mean, we look up to Europe, we look up to UK, to Germany, we look up to France. I mean, they're the hubs that we look forward. And when I heard the angels before and the ladies that spoke in the other panels, you could see their, confidence and their maturity, their portfolio, and in the activity they have been doing for 20 years. We have been doing this for 5 to 7, maybe some of us building a portfolio. So it's very early on, and it's very hard to build success stories. I have myself an exit, but I also have a write-off, like a failure, and I would like more women from more mature market to talk about not just winning, but also losing, and how it feels when you need to close a syndicate, and how do you manage the emotions around that. So I think this is the force of the SEAL program for us, and it brings the communities together. And I'm a bit sad to say that, for example, me and Selena, we never talked before as women running communities with Romanian angels, because we didn't have time or we had other priorities, and it's a pity we don't do that more often. So I'm grateful for the occasion.
Yes, thank you very much. Very, very shortly, just last words from you, Elena.
Yes, I think that SU project would help on many fronts. So one of them is what Ilinka said, inspire other angel investors here in Bulgaria to dream bigger and show them that you could be very successful and really learn from the failures and be inspired. And this is something that we shouldn't underestimate. And then the second thing I think is approaching or outreaching to people that usually we cannot reach with our own resources. So I believe in Bulgaria there are a lot of people who are rich, or let's say they have capital, and the thing is that they are somewhere in a factory near another small city here in Bulgaria. Not everything is happening in Sofia, in our capital city. So I think with ESIL we might have this opportunity to reach out to this group of target group of people who might have the capital, and we just need to show them the benefits of angel investing. So this would give us some resource to do that. And last but not least, I just want to touch upon the incentives that we are working here in Bulgaria in terms of incentives for more people to become angel investors. In Bulgaria, our tax are really low, so we cannot play with the tax as it is in the UK. But we are working towards giving back half of the investment of the angels, up to, if it's up to 13,000 euros per year. So if this incentive and the total budget that we are aiming is 3 million, so 3 million leva, so maybe 1.5 million euros. So if we manage to do that, this would really attract more people in becoming angel investing, because it would decrease the risk. And most of the people here in Bulgaria are still quite conservative when it comes to angel investing and investing in startups, and this might lower the barrier. So I really look forward to making this incentive work, but as you know, the political situation here in Bulgaria is not that good right now, so that's another challenge. Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. And very, very shortly, Mirna, please. And I see, Selena, of course, you will close it. We are already running out of the time.
Yes, I'll try to be really brief. I mean, basically, Croatian business angel environment is quite underdeveloped, and mainly the lack of organized effort is, probably reducing the level of publicly available information and transparency. So I think in that sense, ESIL is going to provide some sort of improvement in an organized effort to pull together men and women who want to become business angels. We have a very polarized market. On one hand, we have experienced serial entrepreneurs, business angels who, if I dare to say, are matching their European or global counterparts in terms of experience, savviness, and level of investments they do. And on the other hand, we have novice, first-time investors who have not yet had a great exposure, don't really understand truly the risks and benefits. And I'm also have to equally share that with you, don't perhaps have enough spare liquidity and capital. So it's quite a situation where, regardless of the gender imbalance, this project can help and boost and make it more equally attractive to both men and women to become part of this very exciting journey in supporting today's, tomorrow's, leading companies.
Thank you very much, Selena.
So I think these kind of initiatives can play a key role in creating that, or in bridging that gap that currently the CE has when you compare it to Western Europe. Bringing forth more investors in general, like Mirna was saying, this is a key element. It's not just about women, it's about, and somebody else mentioned normalizing angel investment. That's one of the key topics that we need to handle here in CE. And I think when it comes to women, we also need to keep in mind that women are a lot less risk adverse, and also they are they are a lot more risk adverse, and also they are a lot more minutious when it comes to looking into details and stuff like that. So we kind of need to create the space for them in which they can feel comfortable in entering an asset class that by definition is very risky. So I think that ESIL can tap into these two dimensions and help to create in general more angel investors in the CE, and in particular to try to bring a more tailored approach to inviting women to the table.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Ilinka, Elena, Mirna, and you, Selena. It was super interesting discussion. I think we could continue even 1 more hour, but it's unfortunately our time is off. So I would like to give floor back to Jenny.